Hey folks, Steelcowboy coming to you here from Austin, Texas. And this is part 2 of Small Blenders, Big Things. In the first episode, we covered Yuli's out of Milwaukee and Pipeworks in Wilkie out of Vermont. Check them out if you haven't checked them out already. Tonight, we're going to jump up to the state of Massachusetts for two blenders that I think are pretty interesting in terms of their offerings. As I said in the first video, I'm an internet nobody. Nobody from these places has given me any tobaccos or anything of that nature that would cause me to recommend these blends. But I have smoked and cellared a tremendous number of blends, and I want to help you find some of the cool stuff that I found in my travels. I mentioned also in the last video that all tobacco blenders, pipe tobacco blenders, are essentially micro blenders because we make up a very tiny fraction of the overall tobacco market. But these are the guys that fly under the radar screen for a lot of pipe smokers, yet they're doing some really cool stuff. Some of them in the EU, some here in the United States, some actually making flakes and cakes. So pretty cool. Anyway, let's start tonight with Watch City Cigar out of Framingham, Massachusetts, and it's on the outskirts of Boston, east of Boston. It's a shop I've been in a number of times in my motorcycle travels, and Ernie, the owner of the shop, dreams up these incredible blends and then has a blending house make them for him. But they're original, they're unique, and when you think of Watch City Cigar, you don't necessarily think of a pipe shop, but Ernie is a pipe guy. He's very knowledgeable. So let's begin with them right out of the chute. My favorite English blend from Watch City is a blend called NorEaster. And if you're familiar with plum pudding from Seattle Pipe Club, made by Russ Ouellette and created by Joe Langford, you're probably going to like this blend a lot too. It is comprised of Latakia, a lot of Latakia, but it's also sweetened with some Cavendish as well as the other component tobaccos, your Virginias and Orientals. I've seen it come in cake form and I've seen it come in sliced form, but here's what I'm talking about. And you can see here, this is a cake version of NorEaster. It is incredibly smooth. It's actually my wife's very favorite tobacco. I wouldn't call it an aromatic at all. I would call it a lightly sweet English blend that's full in body and flavor. The second offering from our friends over at Watch City is a sweeter English style blend called Justice Mixture. And what makes this tobacco interesting from my perspective is that it's got the usual components that you'd find in an English blend, but it's got some added Cavendish to it. It's made from Oriental leaf, which a lot of times Cavendish is made from a Virginia or from a Burley. This is not. It's made from an Oriental leaf. It adds an interesting component. It's sweet along the lines of like a Frogmorton on the Town is the first one that comes to my mind. And now let me give you a look at it here. And really well done blend. If you like a sweeter English blend, that would certainly be an offering that I would pick. He also has a flake. It's a thick cut flake that I really like called Flake 558. And so I would check them out if you get the opportunity. You can order directly from the website, and that website is watchcitycigar.com. That's watchcitycigar.com. The next shop is a shop that is pretty well known. It's one you may have heard of before. It's right in downtown Boston, on Boston Common. and it's Peretti's. And Peretti's has been around for more than 100 years. They make some great burleys. They make some interesting English blends. And the two I want to talk about tonight, the first one is a blend called Tashkent. And Tashkent is kind of unusual because it claims to have no Virginia tobaccos in it. And you know, when you think of an English blend, you don't think of that. From my palate, I don't taste any Virginias. It's made up of Orientals and Latakia. Very, very interesting blend. It's medium to full in flavor, and let me see if I can get that. There you go. And really well done and unique. And as I mentioned in the last video, in the world of English blends, we are spoiled. There are so many of them. And for me, having been a pipe smoker for a long time, when I smoke an English blend, I tend to want to find something that stands out. And Tashkent definitely does that. The second blend I want to talk about is a blend called Park Square, and it's a red Virginia Perique blend. And I detect a little bit of McClelland red Virginia in this, but that's just strictly a guess. It is a huge favorite of my friends here at the Austin Pipe Club. Matter of fact, they're buying it by the pound, and with good reason. And let me give you a peek at that. That is right here. It's darkened up because this particular sample that I'm showing you has been in the cellar for about 5 years. It's sweet, it's tangy, it's got enough Perique to make it interesting. Wonderful, wonderful blend. And the last thing I want to mention when it comes to Peretti's is that they have a lot of great burleys. The 333 burley, it's a cube cut. I would also check that out if you're looking to Peretti's. They also have a wide offering of other things and a seasonal burley blend they make every Thanksgiving. It's a brick for Thanksgiving, and I would also recommend that for burley lovers. Peretti's has changed the way they do business. You can now order off of their website directly. It used to be that you had to call them, which made things sometimes a little bit more difficult. But now it's easy and quick, and your package arrives pretty fast. One other cool thing about Peretti's is that on the larger amounts of tobacco, I think it's 8 ounces and above, they actually ship in a paint can. I wouldn't cellar with it, but it is pretty cool. There's only one other place I can think of that does that, and they're actually going to be coming up in part 4, I believe, of this series. Anyway, those are the two blenders that I wanted to talk to you about tonight. So first video, Yuli's in Milwaukee, and that's at yulis.com. Pipeworks in Wilkie, a mail order business out of Vermont from the old Wilkie Pipe Shop in New York, vtpipes.com. And tonight we've got Watch City Cigar at watchcity.com, and I didn't mention Peretti, but that's ljperetti.com, ljperetti.com. Anyway, have a great night. This is Steelcowboy coming to you from the great state of Texas. Bye-bye.